to see my ID again, or?
No, if she got it copied on here, you'll be fine.
Okay.
That's your
And also I need
dad
to
is yours. We don't need that either.
Okay.
That's just for your records.
And also I need to see about getting a copy of the one about the 2015 case that was opened and closed in 2016.
Okay. What they should do is did you list the children from the 2015 case?
Yes.
They should pull everything that you have, okay?
All right.
If you want to put a note, like, down here somewhere, and just
Okay.
put, please make sure you include the 2015 report or something, just so, they're supposed to pull everything for you, but... And like I said, then it takes them 30 to 90 days to get that pulled for the attorneys to redact everything, and then they'll mail it directly to your house, okay?
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And here's your pen back.
Oh, thank you very much.
Have a nice day, and may God bless you.
You too.
Have a nice day, sir, and as my grandma always says, thank you for your service, and may God bless you. You're welcome. Thank you. You too. Well, I'm shaking and stuff. I'm walking out. Okay. For those who may not know, since 2015, I have been fighting with DCS on falsities and accusations. It all started when I myself went to them for help to see about getting help with my son, because I noticed he was exhibiting signs of sexual molestation. And I ended up getting in touch with them, taking him to CZ's place, and they're like, yeah, we can tell he's definitely been molested. Something's going on here. And they even got to the point where they found out that it actually happened over at my ex's. Over at my ex's place, and the next day or so, my husband, he ends up walking in on my son with his pants down, acting out, and he grabs him by the ear and pulls him off of her. And instead of using that as proof that there's literally something wrong, my son has been molested and he needs help, they ended up shutting off that case and actually going against us instead. And because of that, and me trying to reach out to the police and all those jurisdictions, and nobody wanted to believe me, because now I was being pegged as a neglector, and that my husband was being pegged as an abuser, which we do not neglect our children or abuse our children. Our children have a safe home, clean environments, clean clothes, plenty of food in their bellies. They have their own beds. They bathe daily. They're always at night. We end by either storytelling and praying, and we say our bedtime prayers, and then I tuck them in the bed and we all go to sleep. My children know that they are loved and well taken care of, which they are. Just because I'm at the poverty level right now does not mean that I'm a bad mom. And too many cases out there are where people who are living in poverty are being pegged as the abusers or the neglectors, when really that is not the case. To DCS, they just see it as another statistic. If you're either disabled, or if you are of minority, or if you live at the poverty level, they believe that you should not have children, and that you will, because you belong to those categories, that you will abuse your children or neglect them. That's how they see it. As soon as they get a call about something, no matter if it's false or not, they walk into your door, the first thing they do is to prove that you're guilty. They will put in place services to try to get dirt on you to prove you to be an unfit parent. All the while bad-mouthing to other people, whether it's your friends or your family or your landlord, whoever, to try to prove you as to make them think that you're an abuser or a neglector, or that you're some awful person when you really aren't. When you're doing everything in your power to take care of your kids and you're making sure all their needs are met, and their needs are met, they could care less. They really do. They don't care at all. So, back to the case. Well, they went ahead and ended up getting a protective order for my kids against my fiance based on false accusations, because they thought that he was being hostile because he was defending our honor, because we don't abuse or neglect our children. And they said that basically we were worse than drug dealers or drug addicts, when all we were doing was trying to get help for my son and to protect our babies. Well, then they ended up going to the fact-finding hearing. At fact-finding hearing, it was actually proven. See, the funny thing is, they ended up subpoenaing, they subpoenaed my son's pediatrician. And my pediatrician actually testified on our behalf, saying that that was not a case of abuse. It was just a case of a father protecting his daughter from his son. That's all it was. And they still continued on the case afterwards, because my husband, he still was trying to defend our honor. And they also thought of me as a weak link. They thought that if they could get him out of the way, since I was going through the loss of my mother and my uncle, and I was a new mom of 2 kids and a newborn, and they thought they could prey upon me. But they picked their own prey, because I won't fall victim to that. I'm not a bad mom, simple as that. And I will fight back for my children. And so, now, they ended up keeping it open. The case ended up staying for 2 years, and eventually it was shut for the maximum. Because there was no proof or anything that I was a bad mom, because I'm not a bad mom. Like I said before, my kids are pretty well taken care of. I mean, I make sure all their needs are set, and I make sure they're loved, well taken care of, and have a clean, safe place to live. And also, not only that, I'm a huge advocate whenever it comes to, like, my children, because they both have developmental delays, and I'm a huge advocate whenever it comes to my daughter Shiloh's speech therapy. She couldn't talk until about age 3, and I've had her in speech therapy for 3 years now. Well, for almost 3 years now, and she's actually doing pretty good. And Gabriel, he has autism, so he's been a little behind. Last year I had him in pre-K and kindergarten classes together to help catch him up to speed, because his fine motor skills were behind. And also this year, since I got him in the reading program, because he was still behind, he actually, with the reading program and also me helping him with reading his books, and I also made like a little booklet for him to practice his letters and everything, just basically the dot letters, so he can practice on his writing and spelling, and that's actually improved drastically. And also his reading has actually went up 10 levels, but because he's behind a little bit, he is actually going to be repeating first grade, but that's okay. I mean, it's better to get him help now instead of him having to keep sliding through the cracks of school until he hits third grade, when he's going to end up having to repeat anyways. So, I mean, I'm a huge proactivist whenever it comes to my children's needs and their education, and also with my son too. He's been having problems with the bladder, so I called his doctor. I'm like, hey, something's not up. He's still wet in the bed, and he's not waking up whenever he needs to use the restroom at night. And I'm like, can you please set up an appointment for us to see the urologist? And she's like, sure thing. So Gabriel's been seeing the urologist for almost a year. Turns out that his bladder is actually bad. Well, his bladder's small, so he's on medicine now to make his bladder expand to hold more urine. And also, there's something wrong with his GI. So I called and set up another appointment, and he will be seeing his GI specialist in July when they have their first opening to see what's going on. So if I was a bad mother, why would I be doing all that for my children? I don't think I would if I was a bad mother. But to them, they think it's irrelevant. Sorry.
Irrelevant.
Because I live at the poverty level. And they think because they're all high and mighty and have power, that they think that I'm terrible. But guess what? They're going to have a rude awakening because I refuse again to let them get in the process of my son's healing. I already got him an appointment. He's started, since Harsha hasn't got back to me about it. I've also tried other avenues of counseling, but unfortunately, DCS tried to take over that and did to try to get info on me, to try to get my son to say that I hurt him when I really didn't, or things like that, to get dirt, to try to use in court against me to prove that I'm unfit, which evidently they didn't get, because I am not unfit. I'm a dang good parent. So, now, what I'm doing is, ever since that, actually, well, with Gabriel, though, my son, I can't go to associated psychologists because they already got an upper hand in that, and they interfered also with his Hamilton Center, and apparently he's Harsha. So, now, what I'm doing is going to take him somewhere else. I'm not going to disclose that right now because I'm actually still right in front of, to the side of the DCS building. And I don't want them to get in the way of my son's well-being. Simple as that. You mess with my cubs, I'm a mama bear. You mess with my cubs, you're going to get my claws. Simple as that. Nobody messes with my babies. I don't care who you are or what organization you are from, you will not get near my babies. I will protect them to the ends of the earth. That's just me, they're my babies. So, ever since then, they've been trying to harass me yet again, and the reason why I was just down there is because they tried opening up another case because I had other cases that were unsubstantiated, and they wanted me to sign an AI to, so basically that they had 6 months to come up with proof proving that I'm an unfit parent, which I'm not an unfit parent. I ended up getting coaxed into signing it, and as soon as I did, it's like, wait a minute, I just let her degrade me and harass me in front of my own children, saying how I was disgusting and a bad parent and all this stuff, and right in front of my children. And, well, I ended up messaging her and be like, you know what, you threatened that you were going to take me to court and open up a new chin case. Well, you know what, I'm game, basically. Go ahead and take me to court and try to find info, because you're not going to, because I am a damn good parent. A damn good one. And I take good care of my babies. I take great care of them. So, what I did was I had to take a little piece of paper up there to talk to them, to get them to send me the full report of the 2015 and, the case that lasted 2 years, and the new one that they tried opening up. And from what I found out by a card, I guess they're trying to get me for another one. So, I'm going to be posting more updates and just basically show my journey to fight DCS and to seek justice. And then once I win my battle, then I'm going to go on to help others in need. So stay tuned for more things that will be happening. Because of God. He has a plan and it's happening. Watch out, DCS. Because God's coming from you. There's going to be a reform. He's calling for a reform right here, right now. In the coming of days that's coming up, he's going to call for a reform in Vigo County and Terre Haute. So just stay tuned. Bye guys, and God bless.